All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect of Yasha Allah, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And blessings and salutations to you, Akim, out there doing this truth across the four corners of the earth. Looking forward to the downfall and destruction of Babylon, also known as America today. All right. And looking at this picture, this is part of it. You know, this pandemic is changing the world. Okay. But it says empty streets versus jubilant crowds. Stark contrast between New York City and Wuhan on New Year's Eve provokes envy and accusations. Okay, so on the picture on the left, all right, is Times Square, where New Year's Eve going into the new year, big old parties, big old crowd, ball dropping, all of this and that. Ain't none of that this year because it had to be canceled, man. But over here, look at Wuhan on the right side. Taking selfies, got balloons, big old crowd. They still got their face masks and things, but America had to just completely shut it down, man. So I'm going to read a little bit into this and then get into Thessalonians. It says side-by-side comparison of how New York City and Wuhan, China, rang in the new year have sparked a heated debate on social media about whether the U.S. should have embraced Beijing's approach to handling the coronavirus pandemic. All right? And that's what it was. They wanted to wait to the last minute. They wanted to do things their way, so to speak. They didn't take the proper precautions, man. Okay, and then constantly, here it is, you're constantly talking about increased cases, increased deaths. But yet and still, you still got everything running just as normal, man. Okay? The most they do is check capacity, minimize capacity to a certain number in certain areas, man. But other than that, everybody's still going to the store. Everybody's getting together for the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is that you open you're reopening things opposed to closing more things down, man. Okay? Bars is still open. If you really wanted to stop the pandemic or slow down the pandemic so that it's not increasing so much, then you would take the measures as these other countries have taken. I believe I forget. I don't know. I believe it started with an I. But there was another country who cases was increasing real crazy, and then these places are taking proper precautions. America is just talking about it. Oh, these cases this cases that, because ultimately they want to just hit you with that jab, man. That's what they want to do, because that's going to usher in the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Because what's going to happen? Now, here it is. You got the new strain of COVID, the mutated COVID. And is they locking anything down? Okay? Because let's read this. It says, for photographs showing empty streets on Times Square, typically a hub of merrymaking on New Year's Eve, spread across social media on Thursday night, with several commentators noting that the mood was considerably more festive in Wuhan, the Chinese city where COVID-19 was first detected. Now, here's where it all started, but yet and still, they over there partying on New Year's Eve, It says, life in Wuhan has mostly returned to normal after the city was subjected to a severe lockdown lasting more than 70 days. So, sure, it was like a month and a half, man. They locked things down for like a month and a half. People was, and this is where it could come down to, man. Because they've already been talking about second lockdowns and stuff. So here it is. They kind of giving you a little bit by reopening things and giving you a little bit of your normal life. Just make sure you keep that mask on. And then what? when they gonna, because they did the lockdowns, people was, going crazy, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? People couldn't handle it. Didn't want to handle it, I would even say. So then they let people out. I remember driving during traffic time and not having to worry about traffic. And then a few weeks later, traffic started kicking back up because people started going back out more. Okay, businesses started opening back up. All right. So now we at this same thing with the new COVID. It's mutated. You found a case in Colorado. You found a case down in Florida. And I believe it was another case in Texas or somewhere, So what are you going to approach the situation with the same manner? Or are you going to switch things up and have to lock things down, man? But once this second lockdown come, people only going to stand for so long. Okay, because a lot of these Americans, their life back. All right. Not realizing that this is biblical prophecy, man. This is biblical prophecy. The pestilence, plagues, and martial law, all of this part of the biblical prophecies. Okay. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And only to those who don't pay attention, only to those who are not set upon their watch, man. All right? Because he gave us signs in it that when he's going to be on his way, when he's close, when the end is going to be, man. Okay, and them signs, them prophecies is manifesting themselves at a drastic rate now. All right? It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you can't really trust you can't really trust the so-called white man, okay? Because their whole job is to deceive you, man. They trying to deceive you into striking fear in your heart with this pandemic. They trying to cause fear, you know what I'm saying? Deceive you in the sense of, I done lost my train of thought. Oh, deceiving you with these vaccines, getting this vaccine, how important it is, this and that. And then ultimately, is the hour of temptation, man. Okay, it's going to be what? That microchip. All right? Will you get it so you can buy and sell and fit in society and not be an outcast and get to have your normal life back? Or will you, refuse it? All right? But it's just verse 5. It says, ye are all of the children of light and the children of day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So just keeping a watchful eye out on things that's going on, because we know that this second lockdown is coming eventually. All right. Especially with the mutated strain. So it's perfect timing. You had to not have your huge New Year's Eve parade and all of that. But here it is. The mutated COVID is starting to pop up in the States. Okay? And you've been talking about a second lockdown, man. So that's the perfect reason. Okay, we need to do this and Salakia. All of that should already been done if you really cared about the people, if you really cared about the health of this society, man, of our country. All right. All of that should have already been taken care of. You should have been on a lockdown. You seen these other countries when they was at the worst and then they started getting better because they was locking things down, man. They wasn't letting people, be out there and do what they do. All right. Hey, but anything that the devil gives you, you gotta watch out, man. It says, New York City has adopted similar, albeit less zealous measures since the virus reached the United States in March, but it's still struggling to contain the disease because you're not doing what they did. You're doing something similar, okay? Similar. Just do what they did. They doing better. So city residents were urged to stay at home over the holidays. Many blame America's leadership for the sobering contrast and singled out Donald Trump as ultimately responsible for the nation's anemic COVID-19 response. You know, it was a message in here that I wanted to see. Yeah, here we go. It says numerous tweets accuse China of being responsible for the Big Apple's empty streets, triggering a debate comparing Beijing to Washington's responses to the health crisis. Several Twitter users uh, argued that New York could have celebrated New Year as it normally does if it had imposed a real, quote unquote, real lockdown as Wuhan did back in February. And that for the most part, that's 100% true. Here it is, the country that got it started and got out of line, set certain measures and followed through with those measures, and now they're getting back to normal, man. But Esau, he got a whole plan. He's trying to fulfill his belly. He's trying to fill his belly, fulfill his new world order, man. And you have a huge part to play in it because he needs you as a slave. All right. So at the end of the day, man, the spirit is out there. The year, you know what I'm saying. We hastening a day, continuing in this work and looking forward to the coming day of YAHAWASHI, man, and bring us redemption and peace and salvation. All right. Hey, but with that, I want to say, call law, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Double honor to the apostles and elders once again. Blessings to the elective YAHAWAH, which consists of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you children, as well as you brothers out there teaching on the four corners, and also you women and children out there. Hey, shalom.